Beautiful people, it's Rickita. I'm back with another video. So in this video, I want to teach you guys how you can use budgeting and financial planning to boost your credit scores. So if this is your first time watching my videos, make sure you guys like this video, make sure you guys subscribe. And if you ever have any questions, go ahead and drop them down in the comments below. Now, I made a previous video about paying down your credit cards, because honestly, that's the best thing you can do if you have high utilization to boost your credit scores. And also, when you pay down your credit cards, it's going to open the doors for you guys to get better interest rates. Also, you're going to get more credit cards, especially if you're having a problem just, handling your utilization. If you get more credit cards and you don't use those credit cards, it can balance out your utilization. So I want to show you guys some different tips that I personally use so that I can always be in the best situation to get the best interest rates, to be able to get credit cards if I need to get personal loans or whatever I want to do. Let me teach you some things that I do. So first of all, first thing I do when it comes down to budget and financial planning is just make sure that I have all my bills set on auto pay, because it just gives me a peace of mind knowing that all my bills are paid on time. If I mess around and get a late payment, you guys, my credit score is going to go down so much. So I just make sure that the first thing that I do is have all of my bills set up on auto pay, okay? Like, that is just basic minimum. And then also I make sure I double check my bills to make sure that they are paid twice per month. So say if it's the first of the month, my bills are not due until the 9th, the 10th, the 5th. I make sure on the 1st, I check to make sure that all of those are set up on auto pay and that they were paid for the previous month. Just in case, because I just, one of my biggest things was late payments, and I'm just messed up about that. I just need to make sure. So I just check to make sure until the 15th, all of my bills are auto pay, and they was paid for the last month. Just to make sure if something was to go wrong, I will be less than 30 days late. That's the key. That way, okay, before I get to the 30 days late on the 9th, I'll make sure I take care of it on the 1st. That's just in case, because sometimes your auto pay could come off, and if it come off or something happened with your bank account, whatever it may be, you just never know, then you can go ahead and pay it, and then it won't be 30 days late. They're not going to report you late to the credit bureaus until you're actually 30 days late. And then also I would check on the 14th or the 15th, and I'll check for the remainder of the month just to make sure everything is good, everything is already paid, everything auto pay, and everything's good. If there's a problem, I can fix it before it's actually 30 days late. I do this with all of my bills. So make sure it's set on for auto pay, and then double check to make sure it was paid and that the next one is going to come out okay. That's the first thing that you want to do. Now, I told you all that paying down your credit cards is very, very important. So not only do you want to pay the minimum amount on your credit cards, that's the minimum you got to do. I do suggest, if you guys have a balance of your credit cards, please go ahead and pay down the balance on your credit cards. Now, let me show you the spreadsheet that I had showed you all previously. So these are some clients' credit cards. They're maxed out. Quite a few of them is already maxed out. This one is actually over the limit. And I was showing you guys how you can pay down these credit cards to help boost your credit scores. So here's all the credit cards. We put it on a spreadsheet and we start doing it together in terms of getting them all paid off. So let me actually delete this because I don't want to confuse you all with these sections. Now, this was when I was showing them, hey, if you have extra money, do like the snowball method and pay extra on those credit cards that have the highest utilization. So this is the name of their credit cards: Green Dot, Open Sky, GS Bank, Apple, Chase, Discover, Navy, Wells Fargo. This is the name of their credit cards. This is the balance on their credit cards. This is the limits on their credit cards. And then this is their current utilization. Now, I always tell you guys to keep your utilization at 5%. So this is where I would want you guys to be at. So if you want to get these down to 5%, what it means is you got to pay everything but this amount. You can keep this as the balance. So you'll do 3,100 minus 225, and that'll have you at a 5% utilization, okay? And also, if you want to do 10%, do the 310 minus 450. That whatever that amount is, you pay the whatever that amount is, and then you'll be at the 10%. And then 30%. Now, 30%, that's where you want to aim to never in your life to go over. If you go over that, your credit score is going to drop so much. But you can always increase your credit score again by paying it off, which is what I'm telling you all about. Now, 50%, that's for the people that have like some of those credit cards, it's like at 100%. I just say, okay, let's get it down to just 50% first, okay? And 50% of this is 1,250. So let's go back and see if our spreadsheet says that, because the Discover is a $2,500 limit. Okay, so the Discover is here. And yes, to be at 50%, you're at 1,250. So that's the 50% utilization. Now, to get your credit score to go higher when you're budgeting, if you think about just getting your credit score higher, just put some money towards these ones that have the highest utilization. So say if you have 100 extra $300, I would tell you all to put some money towards that Wells Fargo, because it's a 68% utilization. So then if you do that, that'll bring you down to $2,800 balance, which will bring your utilization down to 62%. And now the Chase one has a higher utilization. So that next month we have extra money, you could put it towards this credit card. So if you have an extra $400 this time, you can put it towards this one. And then now you have a 53% utilization. As you pay down these credit cards, you're going to see your credit scores go up, because utilization is very, very important when it comes down to your credit card. So if you want to get your credit score higher, definitely look into your utilization. Now, another trick is, and I don't want to confuse you all by teaching you all this trick, but I had to use this trick like plenty of times before. So I'm not gonna be ashamed, but I'm gonna tell you what I used to do. But do not let it catch you, and I'll teach you what I mean by that. Or you know what? Let me show you with the spreadsheet. So say if we have these balances on our credit cards. So we got the Apple credit card, right? We got a $1,200 balance on it. What I would do is I would pay this full balance on the Apple credit card, just so that they can report a 0% utilization, $0 balance. And say if it's due on the 18th, right? I'll make sure I pay it by that due date so that they don't charge me interest too. That's the biggest thing. I don't want to get charged interest. So I'll make sure I pay it by that due date. But as soon as they report, which is about 3 to 5 days after the due date. So in this case, let's say they report on the 23rd. On the 24th, I will go right back and use the Apple credit card, even if I have to use it all the way up to get to 1,500 again. That's what I would just do. And then I would go back, all the cash I have, I would go ahead and pay that credit card off again. But that will help me have a 0% utilization. That would be the biggest thing. That will help me be able to have that utilization. And then that will have my credit score at its highest. And then they won't see too that I have a high balance on my credit card. So if I ever want to use my credit card, if I want to use them, I can use them. But if I ever want to get some more credit cards or get a loan, then I can just go ahead and do it, because I have a great utilization. Sometimes people have the money in their account and they don't pay off their credit cards, when they could just go ahead and just use their credit card again if they needed to, and just hold that balance if it's an emergency and you can't pay it off. But like I said, what I'll do is just pay it down to a $0 balance, and then I will, if I need to use my credit card, use my credit card. And that's just so I can have low utilization at that time. If you really want to make sure that you be debt free, if that's one of your goals, then you don't want to go back and use it again. But that's for those people that's like, Rickita, I need to get another credit card to help with my balance. I need to refinance my car right now. And when you refinance your car, whatever you were paying at first, say if you were paying $500 a month and you refinance, you got all the way down to $300 a month, continue with whatever that extra amount is, put that extra amount on your debts. That way you can pay it down even faster. But that's a few tips that I use, you guys. Like I said, too, the biggest thing for me when you are trying to increase your credit score is just paying down your credit cards. It's going to increase your credit score so much. And then also when your credit scores are higher because you pay down your debt, you can get more credit cards. Just make sure you have 4 credit cards. Make sure you have 2 installment accounts reporting, and then you should be good. Just make sure you have that auto pay set up also, and you paying your bills on time. You should be good. Let me know if you all have any questions. I'll be happy to help you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.